Hello all and welcome to today's Bible portion. Today we're going to be reading the second Sefer of Moshe, called Shemot, also called Exodus. Chapter 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Mishraim. Every man in his household came with the first and last of Yaakov. Reuben, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Yissachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, and all the souls that came out of the loins of Yaakov were 70 souls. For Joseph was in Mitzrayim already, and Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation, and all the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceeding mighty. And the land was filled with them. Now there rose up a new king over Mitzrayim, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falls out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, to get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters, to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, the first and last Python, and the first and last Ramesses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Mitzrayim made the first and last, the children of Israel, to serve the rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, and mortar, and in brick, and in all the manner of service in the field. The first and last of all their service, wherein they made them serve, was with rigor. And the king of Mitzrayim spoke to Ivory, midwives, of which the name of one was Sifra, and the name of the other Pa. And he said, When ye do the office of a midwife to the first and last of the Ivrith woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him, but if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared Elohim, and did not as the king of Mitzrayim commanded them, saying, The first and last of the men children, but saved the first and last of the men children alive. And the king of Mitzrayim called for the midwives, and said unto them, Why have ye done this thing, and have saved Al-Fatah, the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, Because the Ivrith women are not as Mishreath women, for they are lively, and are delivered ere the wives come in unto them. Therefore Elohim dwelt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared Al-Fatah Elohim, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, Every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall live. Chapter 2 of Shemot. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took Al-Fatah to be his wife, a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived and bore a son, and when she saw him, that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months, and when she could not longer hide him, she took him an ark of bulrushes, and dabbed it with slime and with pitch, and put Al-Fatah the child therein, and she laid it in the flags by the river's bank. and his sister stood afar off, to witch what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw Alphatov-eth, the ark among the flags, she sent Alphatov-eth, her maid, to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw Alphatov-eth the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, "This is one of the Ivrim children." Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call you a nurse of the Arif women, that she may nurse Alphatov-eth the child for you?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." The maid went and called Alphatov-eth the child's mother, and Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, "Take Alphatov-eth this child away, and nurse it for me, and I will give you Alphatov-eth your wages." And the woman took the child and nursed it, and the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son, and she called his name Moshe. And she said, "Because I drew him out of the water." And it came to pass in those days, that when Moshe was grown, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked on their burdens, and he spied a Mishrai smiting in ivory, one of his brethren. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew Alphatov-eth the mystery, and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of Ivrim drove together, and he said to him, "What did him that did the wrong, wherefore smite you your fellow?" And he said, "Who made you a prince and a judge over us? And then you kill me as you killed Alphatov-eth the mystery?" And Moshe feared and said, "Surely this thing is known." Now when Pharaoh heard Alphatov-eth this thing, he sought to slay Alphatov-eth Moshe. But Moshe fled from the face of Pharaoh, and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and filled Alphatov-eth the troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moshe stood up and helped them, and watered Alphatov-eth their flocks. And when they came to rule their father, he said, "How is it that ye are come so soon today?" And they said, "Amishtai delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and watered Alphatov-eth the flock." And he said unto his daughters, "And where is he? Why is it that ye have left Alphatov-eth the man? Call him, that he may eat bread." And Moshe was content to dwell with Alphatov-eth the man. And he gave Moshe Alphatov-eth Zipporah his daughter, and she bore him a son, and he called Alphatov-eth his name Gershom. For he said, "I have been a stranger in a strange land." And it came to pass in the process of time that the king of Mishraim died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto Elohim by reason of the bondage. And Elohim heard Alphatov-eth their groaning, and Elohim remembered Alphatov-eth his covenant with Alphatov-eth Abraham, with Alphatov-eth Yishak, and with Alphatov-eth Yaakov. And Elohim looked upon Alphatov-eth the children of Israel, and Elohim had respect unto them. Okay, there's so many different translations for Alphatov-eth. And here it says Alpha, or Elf, or Aleph. Ox head, strength, and crown. Tav is mark, sign, or covenant. And eth is the English translation of the two, and there's no real word for it. So when I say the first and the last, that's alpha top eth, because that's one of the ways that it can also be translated. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. As for this read, it is over. So until next time, I will see everybody in the next video. I hope you all have a great night and a fantastic tomorrow. Hello all, and welcome to today's Bible portion, or Sefer portion. Today we're going to be reading Shemot, Exodus 3 and 4. Now Moshe kept the Alphatov Et, the flock of Yithro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led Alphatov Et, the flock of the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of Elohim, even to Shorev. Of the angel of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush, and he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moshe said, I will now turn aside and see Alphatov Et, this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. And when Yahuwah saw that he turned aside to see, Elohim called unto him out of the midst of the bush, and said, Moshe, Moshe. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Draw not nigh hither, put off your shoes from your feet, for the place whereon you stand is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the Elohim of your father, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzchak, and the Elohim of Yaakov. And Moshe hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon Elohim. And Yahuwah said, I have surely seen Alphatov Et, the affliction of my people which are in Mishraim, and I have heard Alphatov Et their cry by reason of their taskmakers, for I know Alphatov Et their sorrows. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Mishraim, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, and unto a place of the Kenaanim, and the Shittim, and the Amorim, and the Perizim, and the Shivim, and the Yebusim. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the Alphatov Et, the oppression wherewith the Mishraim oppress them. Now come therefore, and I will send you unto Pharaoh, that you may bring forth my people Alphatov Et, the children of Israel, out of Mishraim. And Moshe said unto Elohim, Who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth Alphatov Et, the children of Israel, out of Mishraim? And he said, Certainly I will be with you, and this shall be a sign unto you, that I have sent you. When you have brought forth Alphatov Et, the people out of Mishraim, ye shall serve Alphatov Et Elohim upon this mountain. And Moshe said unto Elohim, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The Elohim of your fathers has sent me unto you, and they shall say, What is his name? What shall I say unto them? And Elohim answered him, said unto them, and Elohim said unto Moshe, Ahir, Asher Ahir, Ahiah. And he said, Thus shall you say unto the children of Israel, Ahiah has sent me unto you. And Elohim said moreover unto Moshe, thus shall you say unto the children of Israel, Yahuwah Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yishak, and the Elohim of Yaakov, has sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my mention unto all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say unto them, Yahuwah Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, of Yitzchak, and of Yaakov, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you, and seen that which is done to you in Mitzrayim. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Mitzrayim, unto the land of Canaanim, and the Chittim, and the Amorim, and the Perizim, and the Shibim, and the Yevusim, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, and they shall hearken unto your voice, and you shall come, you and the elders of Israel, unto the king of the Mitzrayim, and ye shall say unto him, Yahuwah Elohim of the Ivrim, have met with us, and now let us go. We beseech you 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to Yahuwah Elohim. And I am sure that the king of Mitzrayim will not let you go, no, not by a mighty hand. And I will stretch out my hand, and smite Mitzrayim with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that he will let you go, and I will give this people favor in the sight of Mitzrayim. And it shall come to pass that when ye go, ye shall not go empty, but every woman shall borrow of her neighbor, and of her that sojourns in her house, jewels of silver, jewels of gold, and raiment. And ye shall put them on your sons and upon your daughters, and ye shall spoil the Mitzrayim. And Moshe answered, chapter 4. And Moshe answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice. For they will say, Yahuwah has not appeared unto you. And Yahuwah said unto him, What is that in your hand? And he said, A rod. And he said, Cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground. And it became a serpent, and Moshe fled from before it. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Put forth your hand, and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand, and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that Yahuwah Elohim of their fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzchak, and the Elohim of Yaakov, has appeared unto you. And Yahuwah said furthermore unto him, Put now your hand into your bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it up, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, Put your hand into your bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. And it shall come to pass, if they do not believe you, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe also these 2 signs, neither hearken unto your voice, that you shall take of the water of the river, and shall pour it on the dry land, and the water which you take out of the river shall become blood upon the dry land. And Moshe said unto Yahuwah, O my Adonai, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since you have spoken unto your servants, but I am slow of speech and of slow tongue. And Yahuwah said unto him, Who has made man's mouth? And who makes the dumb or deaf, or the seeing or blind? Have not I, Yahuwah? Now therefore go, and I'll be with your mouth, and teach you what you shall say. And he said, O my Adonai, send, I pray you, by the hand of him whom you will send. And the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against Moshe, and he said, It's not Aharon, the Levi, your brother. I know that he can speak well, and also, behold, he comes forth to meet you, and when he sees you, he will be glad in his heart. And you shall speak unto him, and put out of the words in his mouth, and I will be with your mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you out of what ye shall do, and he shall be your spokesman unto the people, and he shall be to you instead of a mouth, and you shall be to him instead of Elohim. And you shall take out of this rod in your hand, wherewith you shall do out of signs. And Moshe went and returned to Yithro his father-in-law, and said unto him, Let me go, I pray you, and return unto my brethren, which are in Mitzrayim, and see whether they be yet alive. And Yithro said to Moshe, Go in peace. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe in Midian, Go, return to Mitzrayim, for all the men are dead which sought out of your life. And Moshe took out of his woman and out of his sons, and set them upon an ass, and he returned to the land of Mitzrayim. And Moshe took out of the rod of Elohim in his hand, and Yahuwah said unto Moshe, When you go to return into Mitzrayim, see that you do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in your hand. But I will harden out of his heart, and he shall not let out of the people go. And you shall say unto Pharaoh, Thus says Yahuwah, Yisrael is my son, even my firstborn, and I say unto you, Let out of my son go, and that he may serve me. And if you refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay out of your son, and even your firstborn. And it came to pass by the way in the inn that Yahuwah met him, and sought to kill him. And Zipporah took a sharp stone, and cut off out of the foreskin of her son, and cast it at his feet, and said, Surely a bloody man are you to me. So he let him go. Then she said, A bloody man you are because of the circumcision. And Yahuwah said to Aaron, Go in the wilderness to meet Moshe. And he went and met with him in the mount of Elohim, and kissed him. And Moshe told Aaron the first and last the words of Yahuwah, who sent him, and as all the signs which he had commanded him. And Moshe and Aaron went and gathered together the first and last of all the elders of the children of Israel. And Aaron spoke the first and last of all the words of which Yahuwah had spoken unto Moshe, and did the signs in the sight of the people. And the people believed. And when they heard that Yahuwah had visited out of the children of Israel, and that he had looked upon their affliction, then they bowed their heads and worshipped. Well, that's it for today's read. Until next time, I hope you all have a great night and a fantastic tomorrow. Hello all, and welcome to tonight's Bible portion. Tonight we're going to be reading Shemot, Exodus 5 and 6. And afterwards, Moshe and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, Thus Yahuwah Elohim of Yisrael, Let my people go, that they may hold Alphatah, a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, Who is Yahuwah, that I should obey his voice, to let out of Israel go? I know not out of Yahuwah, neither will I let out of Israel go. And they said, The Elohim of Ivrim has met with us. Let us go, we pray you, 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto Yahuwah Eloheinu, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword. And the king of Mizraim said unto them, Wherefore do ye, Moshe and Aaron, let out of it the people from their works? Get you unto your burdens. And Pharaoh said, Behold, the people of the land now are many, and ye make them rest from their burdens? And Pharaoh commanded the same day out of it the taskmasters of the people, and out of it their officers, saying, Ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick, as heretofore. Let them go and gather straw for themselves, and out of it the tale of the bricks which they did make heretofore, ye shall lay upon them. Ye shall not diminish aught thereof. For they be idle therein. They cry, saying, Let us go and sacrifice to our Elohim. Let there more work be laid upon the men, that they may labor therein. And let them not regard vain words. And the taskmasters of the people went out, and their officers, and they spoke to the people, saying, Thus says Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Go ye, get you straw where you can find it. Yet not aught of your work shall be diminished. So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Mizraim, to gather stubble instead of straw, and the taskmasters hasted them, saying, Fulfill your works, your daily tasks, as when there was straw. And the officers of the children of Israel, which Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them, were beaten and demanded, Wherefore have ye not fulfilled your task in making brick, both yesterday and today, as heretofore? Then the officers of the children of Israel came and cried unto Pharaoh, saying, Wherefore deal you thus with your servants? There is no straw given unto your servants, and they say to us, Make brick, and behold, your servants are beaten, but the fault is in your own people. And he said, Ye are idle, ye are idle. Therefore ye say, Let us go and do this, and do sacrifice to Yahuwah. Go therefore now and work, for there shall no straw be given you. Yet shall ye deliver the tale of bricks. And the officers of the children of Israel did see that they were in evil case, after it was said, Ye shall not diminish aught from your bricks of your daily tasks. And they met out of Eth Moshe, and out of Eth Aaron, who stood in the way, as they came forth from Pharaoh. Then they said unto them, Yahuwah look upon you and judge, because ye have made out of Eth our Savior to be abhorred in the eyes of Pharaoh, and in the eyes of his servants, to put a sword in their hand to slay us. And Moshe returned unto Yahuwah, and said, Adonai, wherefore have you so evil entreated this people? Why is it that you have sent me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak out of Eth in your name, he has done evil to this people, neither have you delivered your people at all. Then Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Now shall you see what I will do to Pharaoh. For with a strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land. And Elohim spoke unto Moshe, and said unto him, I am Yahuwah. And I appeared unto Abraham, and Yitzchak, and unto Yaakov, by El Shaddai. For by my name Yahuwah was I not known to them. And I have also established out of Eth my covenants with them, to give them out of Eth the land of Canaan, out of Eth the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were strangers. And I have also heard out of Eth the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Mizraim keep in bondage. And I have also remembered out of Eth my covenants. Wherefore you say unto the children of Israel, I am Yahuwah, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Mizraim. And I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm, and with great judgments, and I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you Elohim. and ye shall know that I am Yahuwah Elohim, which brings you out from under the burdens of the Mitzrayim. And I will bring you in unto the land concerning the which I did out of swear to give it to Abraham, to Yitzchak, and to Yaakov. And I will give it you for a heritage. I am Yahuwah. And Moshe spoke so unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moshe for anguish of the rock, and for a cruel bondage. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Go in, speak unto Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, that he let after the children of Israel go out of his land. And Moshe spoke before Yahuwah, saying, Behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened unto me. How then shall Pharaoh hear me, who am of uncircumcised lips? And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and unto Haron, and gave them a charge unto the children of Israel, and unto Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Mitzrayim. These be the heads of their fathers' houses, the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanach, and Palu, Sheshron, Kamai. These be the families of Reuben, and the sons of Shimon, Yamul, Yamin, Ohad, Yakin, Soser, Saul, and the son of Kenani, woman. These are the families of Shimon, and these are the names of the sons of Levi according to their generations: Gershon, Kohath, Merari. And the years of the life of Levi were 137 years. The sons of Gershon, Libni, and Shimei, according to their families. And the sons of Kohath, Amram, Yitzhar, and Chevron, and Uzziel. And the years of the life of Kohath were 133 years. And the sons of Merari, Machli, Mushai. These are the families of Levi according to their generations. And Amram took him out of Yocheved, his father's sister, to be his woman, and she bore him out of Aaron, and out of Moshe. And the years of the life of Amram were 137 years. And the sons of Yitzhar, Korach, Nepheg, Zikri. And the sons of Uzziel, Mishael, and Lifsaphan, and Shithri. And Aaron took him out of Elisheva, daughter of Nadab, sister of Nashon, to be his woman, and she bore him out of Nadab, and out of Abihu, and out of Eleazar, and out of Lithamar. And the sons of Korach, Asir, Elkanah, and Avi Yosef. These are the families of Korshi. Eleazar, Aaron's son, took one of the daughters of Putiel to be his woman, and she bore him out of Pinachah. These are the heads of the fathers of Leviim, according to their families. These are that Aaron and Moshe, to whom Yahuwah said, Bring out of the children of Israel from the land of Mitzrayim according to their armies. These are they which spoke to Pharaoh king of Mitzrayim, to bring out of the children of Israel from Mitzrayim. These are that Moshe and Aaron. And it came to pass on a day when Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe in the land of Mitzrayim, that Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, I am Yahuwah, speak you unto Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, out of all that I say unto you. And Moshe said before Yahuwah, Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? Well, that is it for today. Until next time, I hope you all have a great night and a fantastic time. Hello all and welcome to today's Sefer portion. Today we're going to be reading Shemot, Exodus 7 and 8. And Yehovah said unto Moshe, Say, I have made you an Elohim to Pharaoh, and Aaron, your brother, shall be your prophet. You shall speak of it all that I command you, and Aaron, your brother, shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send out of it the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden out of it Pharaoh's heart, and multiply out of it my signs, and out of it my wonders, in the land of Mitzrayim. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay out of it my hand upon Mitzrayim, and bring forth out of it my armies, and out of it my people, the children of Israel out of the land of Mitzrayim, by great judgments. And the Mitzrayim shall know that I am Yahuwah, when I stretch forth out of it my hand upon Mitzrayim, and bring out of it the children of Israel from among them. And Moshe and Aaron did as Yahuwah commanded them, so did they. And Moshe was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spoke unto Pharaoh. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe and unto Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, Show a miracle for you, then you shall say unto Aaron, Take out of it your rod, and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moshe and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as Yahuwah commanded. And Aaron cast down out of it his rod before Pharaoh, and before his servants, and it became a serpent. The Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Mitzrayim. They also did in like manner with their enchantments. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up out of it their rods, and he hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he hearkened not unto them as Yahuwah had said. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Pharaoh's heart is hardened, he refused to let the people go. Go you unto Pharaoh in the morning, lo, he goes out unto the water, and you shall stand by the river's bank against river's brink, against he come. And the rod which was turned to a serpent shall you take in your hand, and you shall say unto him, Yahuwah Elohim of the ravine have sent me unto you, saying, Let my out of it people go, that they may serve me in wilderness. And behold, hitherto you will not hear. Thus says Yahuwah, and this you shall know that I am Yahuwah. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood, and the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Mitzrayim shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, say unto Aaron, Take your rod, and stretch out your hand upon the waters of Mitzrayim, upon their streams, and upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all the pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Mitzrayim, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moshe and Aaron did as Yahuwah commanded, and lifted up the rod, and smote out of it the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood, and the fish that was in the river died. And the river stank, and Mitzrayim could not drink of the water of the river, and there was blood throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And the magicians of Mitzrayim did so with their enchantments. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them as Yahuwah had said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to his heart to this also. And all the Mitzrayim dug around about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled after that Yahuwah had smitten out of it the river. Chapter 8. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus says Yahuwah, Let my Avdavet people go, that they may serve me, and if you refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite Avdavet all your borders with frogs, and the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up in and come into your house, and into your bedchamber, and upon your bed, and into the house of your servants, and upon your people, and into your ovens, and into your kneading troughs. And the frogs shall come up both on you and upon your people and upon all your servants. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying unto Aaron, Stretch forth out of your hand with your rod over the streams, and over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause out of it the frogs to come up upon the land of Mitzrayim. And Aaron stretched out of it his hand over the waters of Mitzrayim, and the frogs came up and covered out of it the land of Mitzrayim. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, and brought out of it the frogs upon the land of Mitzrayim. Then Pharaoh called for Moshe and Aaron and said, Entreat Yahuwah that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let out of it the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto Yahuwah. And Moshe said unto Pharaoh, Glory over me. When shall I entreat for you and for your servants and for your people to destroy the frogs from your houses, that they may remain in the river only? And he said, Tomorrow. And he said, Be it according to your word, that you may know that there is none like unto Yahuwah Eloheinu. And the frogs shall depart from you, and from your houses, and from your servants, and from your people. They shall remain in the river only. And Moshe and Aaron went out from Pharaoh. And Moshe cried unto Yahuwah because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. And Yahuwah did according to the word of Moshe. And the frogs died out of the houses, and out of the village, and out of the fields. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened out of it his heart, and hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had said. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Say unto Aaron, Stretch out of it your rod, and smite out of it the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And they did so. For Aaron stretched out of it his hand with his rod, and smote out of it the dust of the earth, and it became lice in men and in beasts. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth out of it the life. But they could not, so there were lice upon man and upon beast. And the magicians said unto Pharaoh, This is the finger of Elohim. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had said. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he comes forth to the water, and say unto him, Thus says Yahuwah, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if you will not let my Avdavet people go, behold, I will send Avdavet swarms of flies upon you, and upon your servants, and upon your people, and into your houses. And the house of the Mitzrayim shall be full of Avdavet swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are. And I will sever in that day out of it the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there. To the end you may know that I am Yahuwah in the midst of earth, and I will put a division between my people and your people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. And Yahuwah did so. And there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Mitzrayim. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. And Pharaoh called for Moshe and for Aaron, and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your Elohim in the land. And Moshe said, It is not meet so to do. For we shall sacrifice out of it the abomination of the Mitzrayim to Yahuwah Eloheinu. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Mitzrayim before their eyes, and will they not stone us? We will go 30 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to Yahuwah Eloheinu, as he shall command us. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to Yahuwah Elohika in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far away, and entreat for me. And Moshe said, Behold, I go out from you, and I will entreat El Yahuwah, that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more, in not letting out of it the people go to sacrifice to Yahuwah. And Moshe went out from Pharaoh and entreated Yahuwah, and Yahuwah did according to the word of Moshe. And he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh and from his servants and from his people. There remained not one, and Pharaoh hearkened out of it his heart at this time also, neither would he let out of it the people go. Well, that's it for today. Until next time, hope you all have a great night and a fantastic tomorrow. Hello all, and welcome to today's Sefer portion. Today we're going to be reading Shemot, Exodus 9 and 10. Then Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus says Yahuwah Elohim of the Ibrim, Let my Aleph Tav Eth people go, that they may serve me. Alright, so I heard that Aleph Tav Eth means that the next word is important. Okay. For if you refuse to let them go, and will hold them still, behold, the hand of Yahuwah is upon your cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, and upon the asses, and upon the camel, and upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous pestilence. And Yahuwah shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Mitzrayim. And there shall nothing die of all that is in the children of Israel. And Yahuwah appointed a set time tomorrow, saying, Tomorrow Yahuwah shall do this thing in the land. And Yahuwah did left off that thing in the morning. And all the cattle of the Mitzrayim died, but of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of Israel dead. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. And Yahuwah said unto El Moshe, and unto El Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moshe sprinkle it toward the heavens in the sight of Pharaoh. And it shall become small dust in all the land of Mitzrayim, and shall be a boil breaking forth, which blains upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it upwards towards the heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beasts. And the magicians could not stand before Moshe because of the boils, for the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Mitzrayim. And Yahuwah hardened Aleph Tabeth, the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had spoken unto El Moshe. And Yahuwah said unto El Moshe, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus says Yahuwah Elohim of the Ibrim, Let Aleph Tabeth my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send Aleph Tabeth all my plagues upon your heart, and upon your servants, upon your people, that you may know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I will stretch out Aleph Tav my hand, that I may smite you, Aleph Tav, and your people. with pestilence, and you shall be cut off from the earth. And in every deed for this cause have I raised you up, for to show in you my left of it power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the land, and yet exalt you yourself against my people, that you will not let them go. Behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as not been in Mitzrayim since the foundation thereof even until now. Send therefore now, and gather left of your cattle, and left of all that you have in the field. For upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field, and shall not be brought home, the hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die. He that feared the Aleph Taveth word of Yahuwah among Aleph Taveth, the servants of Pharaoh, made his servants in Aleph Taveth his cattle flee into the houses. And he that regarded not the word of Yahuwah left Aleph Taveth his servants, and Aleph Taveth his cattle in the field. And Yahuwah said unto El Moshe, stretch forth Aleph Taveth your hand toward the heavens, that there may be hail in all the land of Mitzrayim, upon man and upon beast, and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Mitzrayim. And Moses stretched forth Aleph Taveth his rod toward the heavens, and Yahuwah sent thunder and hail, and fire ran, and the fire ran along upon the ground, and Yahuwah rained hail upon the land of the Mitzrayim. So there was hail and fire mingled with hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Mitzrayim since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Mitzrayim, Aleph Tav, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote Aleph Tav et every herb of the field, and broke Aleph Tav et every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, there was there no hail. And Pharaoh sent and called for Moshe and Aaron, and said unto them, I have sinned this time. Yahuwah is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Entreat El Yahuwah, for it is enough, that there be no more mighty thunderings and hail. And I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer. And Moshe said unto him, as soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad a lift of it, my hands unto El Yahuwah. And the thunder shall cease, neither shall there be any more hail, that you may know how the earth is Yahuwah's. But as for you and your servants, I know that ye will not yet fear Yahuwah Elohim. And the flax and the barley was smitten, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was bold. But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up. And Moshe went out of Aleph Taveth the city from Pharaoh, and spread abroad his hands unto El Yahuwah. And the thunders and hail ceased, and the rain was not poured upon the earth. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more, and hardened his heart, he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let Aleph Tav the children of Israel go, as Yahuwah had spoken by Moshe. And Yahuwah said unto El Moshe, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened Aleph Tav his heart, and Aleph Tav the heart of his servants, that I might show these my signs before him, and that you may tell in the ears of your son and your son's son, Aleph Tav, what things I have wrought in Mitzrayim, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know that I am Yahuwah. And Moshe and Aaron came upon Pharaoh, and said unto him, Thus says Yahuwah Elohim of the Ivrim, How long will you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if you refuse to let my Aleph Tav people go, behold, tomorrow I will bring the locusts into your coasts, and they shall cover Aleph Tav the face of the earth. And one cannot be able to see Aleph Tav the earth, And they shall eat olive of it, the remnants of which is escaped, which remain unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which grows for you out of the field. And they shall fill your houses, and the houses of all your servants, and the houses of the Mitzrayim, which neither your fathers nor your fathers' fathers have seen since the days that they were upon the earth until this day. And he turned himself and went out from Pharaoh, and Pharaoh's servants said unto him, How long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let Olive the men go, that they may serve Olive Yahuwah Elohim. Haim. Know you not yet the Mitzrayim is destroyed? And Olive et Moshe and Olive et Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh. And he said unto them, Go serve Olive et Yahuwah Elohim. But who are they that shall go? And Moshe said, We will go with our young and with our old, and with our sons and with our daughters, with our flocks and with our herds, will we go? For we must hold a feast unto Yahuwah. And he said unto them, Let Yahuwah be so with you, as I let you go. And all of it, your little ones, look to it, for evil is before you. Not so. Go now ye that are men, and serve Olive et Yahuwah, that ye did desire. And they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence, and Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Stretch out your hand over the land of the Mitzrayim for locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Mitzrayim, and eat olive of every herb of the land, and olive of it, even all that the hail has left. And Moshe stretched forth olive of it his rod over the land of Mitzrayim, and Yahuwah brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. And locusts went up over all the land of the Mitzrayim, and rested in the coasts of Mitzrayim. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. For they covered Olive at the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened, and they did eat Olive et every herb of the land, and Olive et all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing in the trees or in the herbs of the fields throughout all the land of the Mitzrayim. Then Pharaoh called for Moshe and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against Yahuwah Elohim, and against you. Now therefore forgive me, I pray you, my sin only this once, and entreat Yahuwah Elohim, that he may take away from me Olive at this death only. And he went out from Pharaoh, and entreated Yahuwah, and Yahuwah turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away Olive at the locusts, and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one in all the coasts of the Mitzrayim. But Yahuwah hardened Olive at Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let Olive at the children of Israel go. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Stretch out your hand toward the heavens, that there may be darkness over the land of the Mitzrayim, even darkness which may be felt. And Moshe stretched forth Olive his hand toward the heavens, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of the Mitzrayim 3 days. They saw not Olive at one another, neither rose away from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called unto Moshe and said, Go ye, serve Olive at Yahuwah, only let your flocks and herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. And Moshe said, You must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we might sacrifice unto Yahuwah Elohim. Our cattle also shall go with us, there shall not be a hoof left behind, for thereof must we take to serve Olive at Yahuwah Elohim. And we know not with what we must serve Olive at Yahuwah until we come thither. And Yahuwah hardened Olive of it Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto them, Get you from me, take heed to yourself, see my face no more, for in that day you see my face you shall die. And Moshe said, You have spoken well, I will see your face again no more. Well, that's today's read. Until next time, I hope you all have a great night and a fantastic tomorrow. Hello all, and welcome to today's Bible portion. Today we're going to be reading Shemot, or Exodus 11 and 12. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Mizraim. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out on hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor jewels of silver, and jewels of gold. And Yahuwah gave the people Olive favor in the sight of the Mizraim. Moreover, the man Moshe was very great in the land of Mizraim, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moshe said, Thus says Yahuwah, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Mizraim, and all the firstborn in the land of Mizraim shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sits upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of the Mizraim, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that Yahuwah puts a difference between the Mizraim and Yisrael. And all these your servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get you out, and all the people that follow you, and after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Mizraim. And Moshe and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and Yahuwah hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Chapter 12. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe and Aaron in the land of Mizraim, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the assembly of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of souls, every man according to his eating. Shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole multitude of the assembly of Israel shall kill it in the evening, and they shall take of the blood, and strike it on the 2 side posts on the upper door posts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat all of it, the flesh, in that night, roast with fire, and matzah. And with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire its head with its legs, and with the puretenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until morning, and that which remains of it until morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yahuwah's kash. For I will pass through the land of Mizraim this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Mizraim, both man and beast, and against all the Elohim of Mishraim, I will execute judgment. I am Yahuwah, and the blood shall be to you for a mark upon the houses where you are. And when I see of it the blood, I will pass over you, and a plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Mishraim. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yahuwah throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it as a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat mestashe. Even the first day of ye shall put away leaven out of your houses, for whosoever eats in chametz from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Yisrael. And on the first day there shall be a holy assembly, and on the 7th day there shall be a holy assembly to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat. That only may be done of you, and ye shall guard all at the feast of Mastasa. For in this selfsame day have I brought all of your armies out of the land of the Mishraim. Therefore shall ye guard this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. And the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, ye shall eat Mastasa. Until the 21st day of the month at evening, 7 days shall there be no chametz found in your houses. For whosoever eats that which is with chametz, even that shall be cut off from the assembly of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing of the chametz. In all your habitations ye shall eat mastasa. Then Moshe called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the pekach. And ye shall take a bunch of the hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until morning. For Yahuwah will pass through to smite all of Tavet the Mishraim, and when he sees all of Tavet the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, Yahuwah will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you. And ye shall guard all of Tavet this thing for an ordinance to you and to your sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye are come to the land which Yahuwah will give you, according as he has promised, that ye shall guard all of Tavet this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, What mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, It is the sacrifice of Yahuwah's pekach, who passed over the house of the children of Israel and Mishraim, when he smote all of Tavet the children and smote the Mishraim, and all of Tavet delivered our houses, and the people bowed their heads and worshipped, and the children of Israel went away and did as Yahuwah had commanded, all of Tavet, Moshe, and Aaron. So did they. It came to pass that at midnight Yahuwah smote all the firstborn in the land of Mishraim, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne until the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon. And all the firstborn of the cattle, and Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Mishraim, and there was a great cry in Mishraim, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moshe and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go, serve all of Tavet Yahuwah. As ye have said, also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Mishraim were urgent upon the people, that they might send them out to the land in haste, for they said, We be all dead men. And the people took all of Tavet their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders, and the children of Israel did according to the word of Moshe. And they borrowed of the Mishraim jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And Yahuwah gave the people of Taveth favor in the sight of the Mishraim, so that they lent unto them such things as they required. And they spoiled all of Taveth the Mishraim. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Sukkot, about 600,000 on feet, that were men beside children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked mastasa, cakes of olive taveth, the dough which they had brought forth out of Mishraim, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Mishraim and could not tarry. Neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Mishraim was 430 years, and it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass that all the hosts of Yahuwah went out from the land of Mishraim. It is a night to be much observed unto Yahuwah for bringing them out from the land of Mishraim. This is that night of Yahuwah to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Bechach. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money. When you have circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. You shall not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall you break a bone thereof. All the assembly of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with you, and will keep the Bechach to Yahuwah, let all his males be circumcised, and let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One Torah shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourns among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as Yahuwah had commanded all of Taveth Moshe, and all of Taveth Aaron. So did they. And it came to pass selfsame day that Yahuwah did bring all of Taveth, the children of Israel, out of the land of Mishraim by their armies. Well, that is today's read. Until next time, I hope you all have a great night and a fantastic tomorrow. Hello all, and welcome to today's Sefer portion. Today we're going to be reading Shemot, Exodus 13 and 14. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, sanctify unto me at the firstborn whatsoever opens the womb among the children of Israel, both man and of beast, it is mine. And Moshe said unto the people, remember all of the day in which ye came out from Mishraim of the house of bondage, for by strength of hand Yahuwah brought you out. From this place there shall be no chametz be eaten. This day come ye out of the month of Aviv. There you go. Sorry, I don't know, my nose is a little bit stuffy. I'm not feeling right, so. And it shall be when Yahuwah shall bring you into the land of the Kenine and Shittim and the Amraim and the Shivaim and the Yekusaim, sorry, the Yebusaim, which he swore unto your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, that you shall keep all of Taveth this service. At this month 7 days you shall eat mastasa. And in the 7th day shall be a feast to Yahuwah. Mastasa shall be eaten all of Taveth 7 days, and there shall be no chametz be seen with you, neither shall there be leaven seen with you in all your quarters. And you shall show your son in the day, saying, This is done because of that which Yahuwah did unto me when I came forth out of Mishraim. And it shall be for a sign unto you, and upon your hand, for a memorial between your eyes, that Yahuwah's Torah may be in your mouth. For with a strong hand has Yahuwah brought you out of the Mishraim. You shall therefore guard at this ordinance in its appointed time, from year to year. And it shall be when Yahuwah shall bring you into the land of the Canaanim, as he swore unto you and to your fathers, and shall give it to you, that you shall set apart unto Yahuwah all that open the womb, and every firstling that comes of a beast which you have, the male shall be Yahuwah's. And every firstling of an ass you shall redeem with a lamb, and if you will not redeem it, then you shall break its neck. And all the firstborn of man among your children shall you redeem. And it shall be, when your son asks you in time to come, saying, What is this? That you shall say unto them, By strength of hand Yahuwah brought us out from the Mishraim, from the house of bondage. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that Yahuwah slew all the firstborn in the land of Mishraim, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to Yahuwah all that opens the womb, being male. But all the firstborn of my children I redeem. And it shall be for a mark upon your hand, and for frontlets between your eyes. For by strength of hand Yahuwah brought us forth out of Mishraim. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let all of the people go, that Elohim led them not through the way of the land of the Palestine, although that was near. For Elohim said, Lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Mishraim. But Elohim led all of the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up and harnessed out of the land of the Mishraim. And Moshe took all of the bones of Yosef with him, for he had straitly sworn all of the children of Israel, saying, Elohim will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up all of my bones away hence with you. And I took their journey from Sukkot, and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness, and Yahuwah went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night a pillar of fire to give them light, to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. Chapter 14. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Hiroth, between Migdol and the sea over against Baal Siphon. Before it shall ye camp by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, They are entangled in the land. The wilderness has shut them in, and I will harden all of Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Mishraim may know that I am Yahuwah. And they did so. And it was told to the king of Mishraim that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and his servants was turned against the people, and they said, Why have we done this? Why have we done this, that we have let Olatavet Yisrael go from serving us? And he made ready Olatavet his chariot, and he took Olatavet his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots in the Mishraim, and captains over every one of them. over every one of them. And Yahuwah hardened Olatevet the heart of Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, and he pursued after the children of Israel. The children of Israel went out with a high hand, but the Mitzrayim pursued after them, and the horses and the chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army overtook them encamping by the sea beside Payaharath, before Baal Zephon. When Pharaoh drew nigh on the children of Israel, lifted up Olatevet their eyes, and behold, the Mitzrayim marched after them. And they were sore afraid, and the children of Israel cried out unto Yahuwah. And they said unto Moshe, because there were no graves in Mitzrayim, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore have you dealt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Mitzrayim? Is not this the word that we did tell you in Mitzrayim, saying, let us alone, that we may serve Olatevet the Mitzrayim? For it had been better for us to serve Olatevet the Mitzrayim than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moshe said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see Olatevet the Yeshua of Yahuwah, which he will show to you today. For Olatevet the Mitzrayim, whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. And Yahuwah shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, wherefore cry you unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward. But lift up Olatevet your rod, and stretch out Olatevet your hand over the sea, and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And behold, I will harden Olatevet the hearts of the Mitzrayim, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. And the Mitzrayim shall know that Yahuwah, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh and upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. And the angel of Elohim, which went before the camp of Israel, moved and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. And it came between the camp of the Mitzrayim and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud of darkness to them, but it gave light Olatevet by night to these, so that one came not near the other all the night. And Moshe stretched out Olatevet his hand over the sea, and Yahuwah caused Olatevet the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made Olatevet the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Mitzrayim pursued and went in after them, but to the midst of the sea, even all the Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch Yahuwah looked unto the host of the Mitzrayim through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled Olatevet the host of the Mitzrayim, and took off Olatevet their chariot wheels, that they drove them heavily, so that the Mitzrayim said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for Yahuwah fights for them against the Mitzrayim. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, stretch out Olatevet your hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Mitzrayim, upon their chariots and upon their horsemen. And Moshe stretched forth Olatevet his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength. When the morning appeared, and the Mitzrayim fled against it, and Yahuwah overthrew Olatevet the Mitzrayim in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered Olatevet the chariots, and Olatevet the horsemen, and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on the right hand and on the left. And Yahuwah saved Olatevet Israel that day out of the hand of the Mitzrayim, And Yisrael saw at the Mishraim dead upon the seashore. And Yisrael saw that great work, that great work which Yahuwah did upon the Mishraim. And the people feared Yahuwah, and believed Yahuwah and his servant Moshe. Well, that's it for today. Until next time, hope you all have a great night, and a fantastic tomorrow. Hello all, and welcome to today's Sefer portion. Today we're going to be reading Shemot, Exodus 15 and 16. Chapters 15. Then sang Moshe and the children of Israel, I lift up this song unto Yahuwah, and spoke, saying, I will sing unto Yahuwah, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider has he thrown into the sea. Yah is my strength and song, and he has become my Yeshua. He is my El, and I will prepare him a habitation, my father's Elohim, and I will exalt him. Yahuwah is a man of war, and Yahuwah is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts has he cast into the sea. His chosen captains are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them, they sank into the bottom as a stone. Your right hand, O Yahuwah, is become glorious in power. Your right hand, O Yahuwah, has dashed in pieces the enemy, and in greatness of your excellency you have overthrown them that rose up against you. You set forth your wrath, which consumed them as stubble. And with the blast of your nostrils the waters were gathered together, the floods stood upright as a heap, and the depths were congealed. In the heart of the sea the enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. You blew your ruach. The sea covered them, they sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto you, O Yahuwah, among the Elohim? Who is like you, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? You stretched out your right hand, and the earth swallowed them. You, in your mercy, have led forth the people which you have redeemed. You have guided them in your strength unto your holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold of the inhabitants of Pelesheth. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed, the mighty men of Moab. Trembling shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Fear and dread shall fall upon them. By the greatness of your arm they shall be as still as a stone. Till your people pass over, O Yahuwah, till the people pass over, which you have purchased. You shall bring them in, and plant them in the mountain of your inheritance, in the place, O Yahuwah, which you have made for you to dwell in the sanctuary, O Adonai, which your hands have established. Yahuwah shall reign forever and ever. For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea, and Yahuwah brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea, and Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with their timbrels, and with dances, and Miriam, I totally messed that up, answered them, singing, Ye to Yahuwah, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider has been thrown into the sea. Moshe brought Yisrael from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water, and when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moshe, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried unto El-Yahuwah. And El-Yahuwah showed him a tree, which he had cast into the waters. The waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance. And there he provided them, and said, If you will diligently hearken to the voice of Yahuwah Elohim, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and guard all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon you, which I have brought upon the Mitzrayim, for I am Yahuwah Ropheka. And they came to Eilim, where there were 12 wells of water, and 60, and 10 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters, and they took their journey, chapter 16, and they took their journey from Eilim. And all the assembly of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin, which is between Eilim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month, after their departing out of the land of Mitzrayim. The whole assembly of the children of Israel murmured against Moshe and Aaron in the wilderness, and the children of Israel said unto them, Would to Elohim we had died in the hand of Yahuwah in the land of the Mitzrayim, when we sat by the flesh pots, and we did not eat bread to the full, for ye have brought us forth in the wilderness to kill all of Tavet, this whole assembly, with hunger. Then Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Behold, I will rain bread from the heavens for you, and all the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them, whether they will walk in my Torah or no. And it shall come to pass on the 6th day they shall prepare all of it, that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And Moshe and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel at evening, Then ye shall know that Yahuwah has brought you out from the land of Mitzrayim. And in the morning, then ye shall see all of Tavet the glory of Yahuwah, for that he hears all of Tavet your murmurings against Yahuwah. And what are we, that ye murmur against us? And Moshe said, This shall be, when Yahuwah shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. For that Yahuwah hears your murmurings, which ye murmur against him. And what are we? All of it, your murmurings are not against us, but against Yahuwah. And Moshe spoke unto Aaron, saying unto all the assembly of the children of Israel, Come near before Yahuwah, for he has heard all of it, your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spoke unto the whole assembly of the children of Israel, that they looked towards the wilderness, and behold, the glory of Yahuwah appeared in a cloud. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, I have heard all of it, the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, At evening ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread, and ye shall know that I am Yahuwah Elohim. And it came to pass, that at evening the quails came up and covered all of Tavet the camp. In the morning the dew lay around about the host, and when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoar frost on the ground. And the children of Israel saw it, and they said to one another, It is manna. For they knew not what it was. And Moshe said unto them, This is the bread which Yahuwah has given you to eat. This is the thing which Yahuwah has commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating. An omer for every man according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tents. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered, some more, some less. And when they did meet it in an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating, And Moshe said, Let no man leave of it till the morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moshe, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moshe was wroth with them, and they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man. And all the rulers of the assembly came and told Moshe. And he said unto them, This is that which Yahuwah has said, Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Shabbat. Unto Yahuwah, Olive Tavet, bake that which you will bake today, and Olive Tavet, seed that which you will seed, and Olive Tavet, that which remains over, lay up for you to be kept until morning. And they laid it up till the morning, and as Moshe bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worms therein. And Moshe said, Eat that day. For today is a Shabbat unto Yahuwah. Today ye shall not find it in the field. For 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is the Shabbat, in it there shall be none. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day for to gather, and they found none. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, How long refuse ye to guard my commandments and my Torah? See, for that Yahuwah has given you the Shabbat. Therefore he gives you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the 7th day. And the house of Israel called the name thereof manna. And it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. And Moshe said, This is the thing which Yahuwah commands. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations, that they may see all of the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I have brought you forth from the land of the Mishraim. And Moshe said unto Aaron, Take a pot, and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before Yahuwah to be kept for your generations, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe so. As Yahuwah commanded Moshe, so Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat olive tavet manna 40 years, until they came to the land inhabited. They did not, olive tavet, eat manna until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan. Now an omer is the 10th part of an ephah. Well, that's it for today. Until next time. I hope you all have a great night and a fantastic tomorrow. Hello all, and welcome to today's Sefer portion. Shemot, Exodus 18, 17 and 18. And all the assembly of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of Sin after their journeys, according to the commandments of Yahuwah, and pitched in Rephidim. And there was no water for the people to drink. Wherefore the people did chide with Moshe, and say, Give us water that we may drink. And Moshe said unto them, Why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt Olive Tav Yahuwah? And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moshe, and said, Wherefore is this, that you have brought us up out of Mitzrayim to kill us, and all of our children, and all of our cattle with thirst? And Moshe cried unto El Yahuwah, saying, What shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Go on before the people, and take with you out of the elders of Israel in your rod, wherewith you smote Olive at the river in your hand, and go. Behold, I will stand before you there upon the rock of Horeb. And you shall smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moshe did so in the sight of the elders of Israel, and he called the name of the place Mecca in Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted Olive at Yahuwah, saying, Is Yahuwah among us or not? Then came Amalek, and fought with Israel, and Rephidim. And Moshe said unto El Yahusha, Come us out, men, and go fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of Elohim in my hand. So Yahushua did as Moshe had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moshe, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill, and it came to pass when Moshe held up his hand that Israel prevailed. When he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moshe's hands were heavy, and they took the stone and put it under him. And he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on one side and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. And Yahushua discomforted all of Amalek and all of his people with the edge of the sword. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, write this for a memorial in a sefer, and rehearse it in the ears of Yahushua. For I will utterly put out all of it, the remembrance of Amalek from under the heavens. And Moshe built an altar and called the name of it Yahushua Nisai. For he said, because Yah has sworn that Yahuwah will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. When Yithro, the priest, chapter 18. When Yithro, the priest of Midian, Moshe's father-in-law, heard of all that Elohim had done for Moshe, and for all of Israel his people, and that Yahuwah had brought Israel out of Mitzrayim. Then Yeshua, Moshe's father-in-law, took all of Sephora, Moshe's woman, after he had sent her back, and all of her 2 sons, of which the name of one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land, and the name of the other was Eliezer. For Elohim of my father, he said, was my help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Yithro, Moshe's father-in-law, came with his sons and his woman unto Moshe into the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of Elohim. And he said unto Moshe, I your father-in-law Yithro, am come unto you, and your woman and her 2 sons with her. And Moshe went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and kissed him. And they asked each other of their welfare. And they came into the tent, and Moshe told his father-in-law all that Yahuwah had done unto Pharaoh and to the Mitzrayim for Israel's sake, and all that travail that had come upon them by the way, and how Yahuwah delivered them. And Yithro rejoiced for all the goodness which Yahuwah had done to Yisrael, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Mitzrayim. And Yithro said, Blessed be Yahuwah, who has delivered you out of the hand of the Mitzrayim, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who has delivered all of the people from under the hand of the Mitzrayim. Now I know that Yahuwah is greater than all the Elohim, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. And Yithro, Moshe's father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for Elohim, and Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moshe's father-in-law before Elohim. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moshe sat to judge all of the people, and the people stood by Moshe from the morning until the evening. And when Moshe's father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that you do to the people? Why sit you yourself alone, and all the people stand by you from morning unto evening? And Moshe said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of Elohim. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and the other. And I do make them know all of the statutes of Elohim, and all of his Torah. And Moshe's father-in-law said unto him, The thing that you do is not good. You will surely wear away, both you and this people that is with you. For this thing is too heavy for you. You are not able to perform it yourself alone. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give you counsel, and Elohim shall be with you. before the people to Elohim, be for the people to Elohimward, that you may bring all of it the causes unto Elohim, and you shall teach them all of it ordinances and all of it Torah, and shall show them all of it the way wherein they must walk, in all of it the work that they must do. Moreover, you shall provide out of the people able men, such as fear Elohim, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place them over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, and rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens, and let them judge people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto you, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for yourself. And they shall bear the burden with you. And if you shall do all of it this thing, and Elohim command you so, then you shall be able to endure, and all this people shall also go to their place in peace. So Moshe hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. And Moshe chose able men out of all Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, and rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And they judged all of the people at all seasons. The hard causes they brought unto Moshe, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moshe let all of his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land. Well, that is today's read. Until next time, I hope you all have a great night and a fantastic tomorrow. Hello all, and welcome to today's Sefer portion. Today we're going to be reading Shemot, Exodus 19 and 20. Chapter 19. In the third month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of the Mishraim, the first day came... We're gone forth out of the land of the Mishraim. The same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai, for they were departed from the Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Israel camped before the mounts. And Moshe went up unto Elohim, and Yahuwah called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shall you say to the house of Yaakov, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Mishraim, and how I bore you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and guard all of my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which ye shall speak unto the children of Israel. And Moshe came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which Yahuwah commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, All that Yahuwah has spoken we will do. And Moshe returned all of the words of the people unto Yahuwah. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Lo, I come unto you in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you, and believe you forever. And Moshe told all of the words of the people unto Yahuwah. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Go unto the people, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. For the third day Yahuwah will come down in the sight of the people upon Mount Sinai, and you shall set bounds bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up into the mountain, or touch the border of it. Whosoever touches the mount shall be surely put to death. There shall not a hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through, whether it be beast or man. It shall not live. When the shofar sounds long, they shall come up to the mount. And Moshe went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified Aleph Tavet the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, Be ready against the third day, come not at your woman. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the shofar exceedingly loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. And Moshe brought forth all the Tavet, the people out of the camp to meet with Elohim. And they stood at the nearest part of the mount, and Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because Yahuwah descended on it in fire. And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. And when the voice of the shofar sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moshe spoke, and Elohim answered him by a voice. And Yahuwah came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount, and Yahuwah called Moshe up to the top of the mount, and Moshe went up. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto El Yahuwah to gaze, and many of them perish. And let the priests also come, which come near to El Yahuwah, sanctify themselves, yes, lest Yahuwah break forth upon them. And Moshe said unto El Yahuwah, The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for you charged us, saying, Set bounds about Aleph Tavet the mountain, and sanctify it. And Yahuwah said unto him, Away, get down you, and you shall come up, you and Aaron with you. But let not the priests and the people break through, to come up unto El Yahuwah, lest he break forth upon them. So Moshe went down unto the people, and spoke unto them. Chapter 20. And Elohim spoke, Aleph Tavet, all these words, saying, I am Yahuwah Elohika, which have brought you out of the land of the Mitzrayim, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other Elohim before me. You shall not make unto you any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath the earth. You shall not bow down yourself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah Elohika, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me, and guard my commandments. You shall not take Aleph Tavet the name of Yahuwah Elohika in vain, for Yahuwah will not hold him guiltless, Aleph Tavet, that takes Aleph Tavet his name in vain. Remember Aleph Tavet, the day of the holy Shabbat. 6 days shall you labor, and do all your work, but on the seventh day it is the Shabbat of Yahuwah Elohika. In it you shall not do any work, nor you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger that is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made Aleph Tavet the heavens, and Aleph Tavet the earth, and Aleph Tavet the sea, and Aleph Tavet all that is in them, is and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahuwah blessed Aleph Tavet the day of the Shabbat, and hallowed it. Honor Aleph Tavet your father, and Aleph Tavet your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which Yahuwah Elohika gives you. You shall not kill, you shall not break wedlock, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor, you shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's woman, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is your neighbor's. And all the people saw Aleph Tavet the thunderings, and Aleph Tavet the lightning, and Aleph Tavet the noise of the shofar, and Aleph Tavet the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moshe, Speak with us, and we will hear, but let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. And Moshe said unto the people, Fear not, for Elohim is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moshe drew near unto the thick darkness where Elohim was. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Thus you shall say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Ye shall not make with me Elohim of silver, nor shall ye make unto you Elohim of gold. An altar of earth you shall make unto me, and shall sacrifice there on, all of it, your burnt offerings, and all of it, your peace offerings, all of it, your sheep, and all of it, your oxen, and all places where I record all of it, my name. I will come unto you, and I will bless you. And if you will make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it of hewn stone. For if you lift up your tool upon it, you have polluted it. Neither shall you go up by step unto my altar, that your nakedness be not discovered thereon. Well, that's it for tonight. Until next time, hope you all have a great night and a fantastic tomorrow.